All right, Shrewd News and Reviews, man. We back with another one. It's your boy Rod the Water God.
And it's Ja. It's the home of hip hop news and cultural commentary. And I wanted to have a conversation with you here, Bob.
Okay.
IG Live took down two prominent figures in the hip hop community this week. One being Ja Morant, and the other one is Boosie. Now
Okay.
we know what Ja Morant was seen on IG Live doing. For you who
Yeah.
don't know, waving around firearms. We're gonna explain how he's denying that now, but we found out new evidence about how Boosie got tracked from an IG Live that was part of a music video, and they followed him on helicopters and everything like that. So, just before we get into the nuts and bolts of the story, what do you think this says about how we should be moving on IG Live moving forward?
I
Is
think
this
this says that, it's a lot of it's commissions at play. I was telling you earlier, I said that I think it's regular people around, and it's a commission to be made on telling on people, you know.
uh
Uh and
so,
there's
so
certain people out here that they understand that commission, and they just fishing around in certain areas where they can get their commission. They just working in their eyes.
Well, I don't deny what you're saying. There is commissions made for people snitching, but I don't know if we really need to point to that when the authorities are kind of telling how they caught up with Boosie. I don't think
Right.
they needed anybody to tell. Boosie was, well, let's get into the facts of the matter, right? With John Morant, we saw him waving around a blick, but in a new video released by TMZ, Morant is seen lighting candles in his home with a gun-shaped lighter. This is reportedly the same gun that Morant flashed during the May 14th live stream that got him suspended. Morant had flashed a gun on Instagram Live once again. Morant at no point. Oh well, he reportedly made. I got a little mixed up. He reportedly made the video in response to family members asking him why he had flashed a gun on Instagram Live. Once again, Morant at no point argued that the gun was real before his representative spoke with Jordan, Claudia Jordan. They're referring to. Furthermore, Morant went as far as to apologize for the incident after the Grizzlies suspended him in May. So he had his people send this information to Claudia Jordan, who works for the Breakfast Club. What do you make of that so far? Before we even watch this little clip,
I think it's a petition to get that 25 games appeal. He's trying to, that's a lot of money he's losing. So, you know, it's a fight, man. Ain't nobody losing no money just laying down giving no money away. We gonna
fair,
prove that this is
fair,
what it is.
fair enough. Let's watch the thing. Maybe this will change our minds. I think he's full of shit, but let's go.
You hold it, it come out.
So, what do you say? What do you say to that? I mean, could this have been?
Number one, no.
Yeah,
Like, really? See, this is why the NBA has power, because really I could prove in court, he could prove in court that there's no reason why you should be taking this much money from me from this situation. I can
yeah,
see somebody saying this guns are legal. I wasn't illegally doing anything. I was just listening to rap music, and I was bouncing around in the car with a gun. Now you finding me 12 million. I'm on Josh side. I get it, but I'm saying they got the power. You're signed up to these guys, so you on their plantation. So it's like they write the rules. Yeah, I don't think this isn't worth $12 million to me. I mean, for him bouncing around in the car, to me personally, but that's Roger Goodell and well, not Roger Goodell, whoever is the commissioner of the NBA.
yeah. The commissioner. Here's a quote from the commissioner: "The very issue of Ja, certainly in the first incident, was treating a gun as a toy. That's what we're talking about, and that's what I think is a danger to society. Taking a gun, live streaming it without getting into gun issues in terms of the propriety of owning guns and the use of guns. I think everyone agrees that gun safety is critically important, and that guns aren't toys. He goes on to say, it's something that I'm thinking a lot about because, again, I'm not going to get into the specifics about the investigation, but in fact, if you're live streaming something to the world that looks exactly like a gun and in a frankly reckless manner, should it matter whether or not it's a real gun? I think he has a point with that. Like, if it looks real enough and it looks like you're demonstrating irresponsible gun ownership, that's a problem in and of itself. We'll get into that a little bit more when we talk about Boosie, because when they surveilled Boosie's firearm, it was just hanging out of his waistband. It wasn't in a holster. It wasn't secured, as they're saying. So that's another thing that's a problem. You know, if you're going to have guns, which is legal for a lot of Americans, you still have to practice safe gun ownership. You can't just have it just hanging out anywhere.
it's not the streets where you could just have it hanging however you want to hang it.
It
But
didn't it didn't it didn't raise your suspicions that his people send the information to Jordan of the Breakfast Club? Like, he
yeah,
didn't
because
argue this with Adam Silver.
no,
He's sending
because
this to
it's
the
a
Breakfast
public,
Club. Yeah, this looks
yeah,
like a
it's a
public,
public opinion. You know,
yeah,
they're
a
trying to,
PR type of stunt.
you know, I
So
mean,
you're not you're
arguing with him is not going to do him no justice.
do
Now
you
they're
think
trying to fight with the people.
right. Do you think that this is going to give any time off of his suspension?
No, unfortunately, man, he in the penitentiary rules is in effect with what he got going on, and he got sentenced, and that's what it is.
Yeah,
It
the
ain't
Adam.
nothing. You don't got no balance there where it's the judge, the juror, and the prosecution when you dealing with Adam Silver. So yeah, I think he gonna hold that 25 and
Well, what do you? I think you're right with that. I don't think Adam Silver is going to change his mind. I doubt that Adam Silver even buys this story. Like, this doesn't even prove anything. Even if you had a toy lighter, that doesn't prove to us that that was the same thing that you were showing on the live. And
yeah.
Adam Silver said that he's not going to get into the specifics of the investigation, but they probably got a way to know that it wasn't a toy. They're not going to let us in on everything that they got, all the tools at their disposal. But moving on a little bit, we know that Morant showed a gun a couple times on live. He beat up a 17-year-old kid. After all of this,
Reportedly.
he didn't get cut from Nike. But Kyrie shared that link to that documentary, and he got cut from Nike. Do you think that somehow Morant is getting some kind of uh, I don't know, differential treatment, like he's somebody
Of
special, or they
course.
had it out for Kyrie? Is there some kind of
Yeah.
injustice going on there?
No, well, I'm gonna give my opinion. I feel that they gotta hold John Moran a little longer than they held Kyrie because they cut Kyrie. It's like, when you cut you, it's like when you cut a girl off and then you need a girl, so you get a girlfriend and you probably don't let this one go until you find another one. So they probably don't even got a replacement yet. So they're like, this ain't a good business. We can't dictate how he just throws us off. We got to be able to have a replacement for this guy. You was a great replacement for Kyrie, but I don't know if it's any other one out there that we could say, man, this will be a great replacement for Ja.
Okay, that's an interesting perspective. I think Nike was right to cut Kyrie Irving off. That documentary was probably more dangerous than a gun, to be honest with you. And yeah,
Reportedly, from what you said, you never seen it.
reportedly from factual information. Like, I don't have to see the DVD. If they're denying that the Holocaust happened, I don't want to be interested in it. If they're trying to suggest that Jewish people are in league with Satan, I pretty much
Mm.
know that that's not my cup of tea. So no, I didn't sit down and watch a documentary that was riddled with lies, but there's a lot of reliable reporting on the documentary that let me know enough about it. So just getting back to the discussion at hand with that, Kyrie was right. Nike was right to cut Kyrie. And yeah, what Ja Morant did wasn't that bad. Even if you beat up a 17-year-old kid, let's say you beat up 5 17-year-old kids, he had an individual issue with those people. Kyrie was spewing hatred towards a whole race. He was generalizing. So that's what I think is real different about this. I think it's cool that Nike's sticking by him. I'm hoping that he's gonna do better in the future. At least he's being accountable. Or at least he was being accountable and saying sorry. But this kind of just weakens that with the whole fake lighter thing. But speaking of somebody getting caught up on IG Live, I guess we could move over to the boy Boosie Boo. I had something on him. Let me go ahead and pull it up now. Yeah, Boosie got caught up with the blick too. Yeah, I seen this one on allhiphop.com. They gave some context on the feds banking on the IG Live. See, this is the clip that they were drawn to. I don't know if you knew this, but he was at a video shoot for a rapper and in a neighborhood that's associated with the neighborhood Crips.
And he got on red.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think the red blue thing is that important anymore. But you know how there's a lot of conspiracies about there being an informant or somebody who has something to gain. Like you brought up that if you look at this IG live, Boosie was streaming live, and the guy who was shooting the video was streaming live. And the police are already watching Boosie because he's giving interviews where he's talking about giving people pistols and paying them off to take the charge and stuff like that. So when you're going, uh, across state lines with firearms and stuff like that, that's the kind of stuff that you open yourself up to. I'm really just giving y'all a clinic on what not to do, because this whole thing that we're caught up in with the culture where everybody needs to just pick up a firearm for everything, even just to record a damn video, it ain't working out well. I'll read a little bit here from the write-up allhiphop.com. Keep in mind, back in May, the San Diego Police Department would arrest Boosie Boo for having a firearm in the whip. They're writing this in a real weird way. But the San Diego Police Department is the ones that caught him up. He was in a neighborhood Crip gang members neighborhood. That IG clip was recorded by the rapper and Boosie. And according to TMZ, the San Diego police informed Big Brother, which is the feds, and to help with the apprehension, the Jokers employed an airborne law enforcement unit. That's helicopters. Finally, after a location is provided, a black Mercedes SUV is stopped. So they searched the whip and it yielded loaded guns. Damn. And then he referred back to the Instagram evidence. So it seems like a pretty buttoned up case to me. He's gonna get in court and try to deny it, but they're saying he's facing up to 15. I think with Boosie's lawyers and everything like that, he could probably skate away with 5, maybe probation, but we ain't no damn lawyers. Who knows what it's gonna take? But I mean, is this something? Can you think of one good reason why anybody should be showing a gun on IG Live these days?
I don't think he was showing it. I think somebody recorded him, but he should know.
He's
He should
having people
know.
recording him though.
Yeah, he should have known better than this.
What do you think about him being
If this
on?
was in Florida, he would have been straight.
You
You
think
know.
so?
Yeah.
I don't know. They don't really seem like they taking it easy on felons with firearms in Florida either, though.
Firearms is like cell phones in Florida, man. It's like they everywhere.
Yeah, but gun charges is like buttholes of Florida. You feel me? Because everybody got 'em, you know.
Yeah.
It ain't easy to catch. I just wanted to connect the dots here. We had two big people got taken down by IG Live. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe there ain't no connection here. But just hearing about how they're trying to use the social media evidence on Melly, everything that I hear in the news is just like, don't do nothing on your phone that you're not ready to defend in court, because it just might be admissible. That's what I'll say. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
But y'all tap in the comments. Let us know something. Hit the
Straight
like
up.
button. Subscribe. Just keeping everybody up to speed.
Yay. Well,